All right, so can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So welcome to the Icelandic Lava Show. This is actually the only show in the whole world where you can see molten lava flowing inside a building. And I'm going to be your presenter today. My name is Trim. I am not from Iceland, but from Norway, another country with beautiful nature. Except we also have trees, of course, in Norway. I came to Iceland first time when I was 20 years old because I decided to try and walk across all of Iceland from the north to the south. It's around 600 kilometers, and I spent 1 month on this expedition. That was such an amazing experience.
Right.
And the first lava formation I'm going to show you is this one. These are called Pelles hairs. Very thin strings of lava, usually formed when lava falls over edges or gets pulled and stretched by strong winds. These are quite difficult to find in nature because they're so fragile. These strings are made of volcanic glass, so they tend to break apart very quickly. Here in Iceland, we call these formations Nornahaur, which translates to witch's hairs. And as soon as the lava comes into the room, it immediately begins to release the heat very quickly. And you can see how the lava is cooling down. The more heat it releases, the darker the lava appears. And up here, it already looks like the lava has stopped flowing. But further down, you see there's plenty of lava still accumulating. So what's happened here is that the lava on the surface has already cooled down enough to form this solid crust. And lava is actually a very good insulator. So this thin crust on the surface insulates the lava in the middle of the channel, keeping it hot molten liquid. So there's still lava flowing inside here and accumulating, as we can see further down. And also, I have actually brought with me some ice so I can show you what happens when lava cools down very quickly. Because when lava cools quickly, it is not able to crystallize and turn into rocks. So instead, it has to become what it's most made of. Now, this basalt lava is around 47% silica. So if we put ice on it, it will transform into volcanic glass. And you also see the lava is inflating a little bit, and this is the steam from the ice that is pushing inside the lava and inflating it. This also happens in nature with gases like sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide. Sometimes these gases will inflate lava and even manage to create lava caves inside a lava field. So this is kind of the same with steam instead of gases. And you can see the lava changes instantly when it touches the ice and turns into beautiful black shiny volcanic glass. So now this is completely solid. And also, if we go a bit higher, the channel is now strong enough. We can go underneath it and lift the lava, and you can see it's holding together. But inside it's still liquid. So now you'll see the liquid spilling out. Very nice. And you can see that it isn't quite as liquid as when it first came into the room. Because as the lava is cooling, it will gradually become thicker and more viscous before it solidifies completely. This is more like a mozzarella style of lava. Very stringy. Also very spicy, I tell you. It also begins to take up less and less volume. Than 1 millimeter. It will turn black because the lava contains other things than silica. It also contains iron, aluminum, titanium, and magnesium, which gives it a black color. But because it's so thin, we can see through it. And this is, of course, very fragile. You can see if we touch it, It shatters very easily. And inside the bubble, the lava is much hotter than anywhere else on the surface because these bubbles are keeping a lot of heat inside. You can see how hot it is if you put some paper into it. It instantly catches fire. And we get the lava lamp as well. Hey. But actually, I have a thermometer so we can confirm this. So let's check the temperature here on the surface where we put the ice. Here it's already down to about 570 degrees Celsius. So it has cooled down quite a bit here on the surface. However, inside the bubble it should be a lot hotter. See here, right there. Wow, okay. Still 1020 degrees inside the bubble. And actually, a very good example of this from nature is the first eruption over at Fagradalsfjall near the Blue Lagoon back in 2021. In that eruption, lava filled up a whole valley in the mountains. And just recently, they found a new lava tunnel inside this lava field. But we're going to have to wait a little bit before we can explore this tunnel because the temperature inside after 3 years is still over 400 degrees Celsius. So when lava fields are big enough, it can take many years, even decades, before they have cooled down completely. Which is of course why we strongly discourage people from walking out on top of them. Because just like here, you could walk above a hollow pocket and break through the surface and end up inside the lava field, where it is still many hundred degrees Celsius. So we gotta be very careful with lava fields that were formed in the recent history. They can still be very hot. And also, today we ended up getting a funny pattern on the surface. You can see here these ripples that formed. These are lava formations that you can actually see in Iceland quite frequently. One example is if you go to Þingvellir, the national park on the Golden Circle. On the top platform there next to the visitor center, you see exactly this pattern on the stones in the ground. These patterns are called Ropi Pahoihoi patterns. Also a Hawaiian name, of course. Now these ripples, they are created because the surface layer cools down very quickly as it is exposed to the atmosphere, so it will quickly turn quite thick and viscous. And in the meantime, more liquid lava is flowing in from behind. So this liquid lava basically started to push the surface, moving it out towards the edges of the lava flow and compressing it. And as it squeezes together, the surface tends to end up looking like this with beautiful ripples. And also, did you notice that actually all of this lava is slowly turning into glass, not just where we put the ice? This is because in total, there is only around 70 kilos of lava in the slide. Such a small amount of lava will release the heat too quickly to crystallize. But of course, in a natural eruption like Fagradalsfjall, where it's taking years to cool down, well then what happens differently from here is that the molecules in the lava have enough time to move around and organize themselves into crystalline structures before the lava has released all the energy. And that's how we get these rocks you see around the slide. These are also basalt lava, so they are chemically the same as all of this. They just came from much bigger lava fields, where the lava cooled very slowly under a lot of pressure, causing the elements to bind together and lava to crystallize. So same ingredients, just two different scenarios. Glass means it cooled quickly, rocks means it cooled slowly under pressure, causing crystallization. But now I think this is starting to get solid. Let's see if we can manage to break some of this. Let's see here if it's, yeah, here we go. We can take off a chunk already. And you can see here it's perfectly cooked as well, medium rare. That's nice. Lots of medium rare lava. There we go. Yeah, you can see it's still very hot inside. And actually, you could tell the temperature of lava just by looking at it. You notice that as we were pouring the lava into the room at 1100 degrees, it's very bright. And the reason it's bright is actually because of the massive amounts of energy that we're pumping into it to heat it up over 1000 degrees. To make lava ready for a show, we have to start the furnace 5 hours earlier. And during these 5 hours, when we are heating the lava, what we're technically doing is that, well, we are basically exciting the molecules. They get more excited, so they start moving faster and faster. And as they move, they also rub against each other and create friction, which gives out light. So now, this energy is being released, the molecules are slowing down, and the lava gets darker. So anywhere that's completely black, like over here, this lava has already cooled down below 600 degrees Celsius. But if it's glowing orange, like underneath here, then it is still above 600 degrees. So around 600, that's when the lava will stop glowing, and in this case turn into volcanic glass. And this is still quite a lot hotter than 600. You can see it's kind of holding together, and it's still a bit liquid inside. So this is definitely still over 1,000 degrees inside the center.